In this session, we'll learn how to use if condition in small basic. So, the general syntax of if condition is if gives some condition a greater than b, for example, then do something. Do something is not a command. So here we can give any number of lines of code that will get executed. So we can close it and if. So let us say this is a condition, right? In order to use this condition, we need to have, suppose a is equal to 2, b is equal to 3. So if a greater than b, so if this condition becomes true, it returns a boolean value, means true or false. So if a greater than b is true, then do this thing. This is the syntax you have to use. Then do something, then and if. So what we'll do, so let us write text window, write line, yes, or first number is big. So we can also use else condition, else. So I'm copying this one. So if a greater than b returns false, so this part will get executed. So between else and if whatever number of lines, those numbers will get executed. So here it is not first number, right? So if a greater than b is false, then maybe second number is big. So let us execute. So second number is big. It says second number is big because 3 is bigger. So a greater than b, 2 greater than b, false. So it goes here and this second number is big. So let us change it. 3 and 5. So now let us execute. So now it says second number is big. Let us change this one to bigger. Execute. First number is big. So if a greater than b, so this returns true because a is greater than b. So this part will get executed. So what if both numbers are same? So let us keep 5. So then execute it. So it says second number is big, which is false, right? Because it says a greater than b returns false because a is not greater than b. It goes here and it prints second number is big. So it is false. So we should keep another condition. Else if b greater than a. So we should explicitly compare b with a as well, and here we'll print. So if a greater than b, print a is first number is big. If b greater than a, print second number is else, means both are not true, means both are equal, right? So here we write both are equal. So it says both are equal. So let us instead of giving the constant number, let us read it. Text window, read number. Well, this is a number we are using in mathematical comparisons. So here read a number and place it into a, and read another number and place it into b. So then we compare. If a greater than b, first number is big. Else if b greater than a, second number is big. Else both are equal. So I'm just, let us read two numbers. So it is waiting for two numbers, 3, 4. So second number is big. Let us execute again and give equal numbers, 5, 5. So both are equal. So like this. So one more thing, if condition can be used only once. If a greater than b, then if then condition can be used only once. Of course you can write multiple number of code here. Similarly else is optional. So we have already seen if a greater than b, then do something, then and if. So else else we did not use earlier. So else is optional, but if we use it, we can only use it once, whereas this else if condition we can use it any number of times. In between else if condition we can use it any number of times. We used 2 or 3 times in our previous program when we compared mathematical simple calculator. When we did write a simple calculator, plus minus multiplication division, when we are taking the operator, we use multiple times, right? So this condition can be used multiple times. So now maybe you can try with 3 numbers using if condition. You can print biggest of 3 numbers using if condition. So within if you can use another if also, for example nested if. So let us say, I will not write it completely, so let us read 3 numbers. Suppose if a greater than b, so we can also compare if b greater than a. You can do like this. So a greater than b and if a greater than c. So here if a is greater than b also, a is greater than c also, then we can say first number is the biggest. So like this you can use if condition within another if. So using such nested if or without using a nested if also you can solve this problem. So you can try this on your own. So let me give you some shortcut. Instead of using if also, you can find a biggest number of 3. So I'll give you some shortcut, but this condition you can try. Using if condition you can try this solution. So I'm taking another variable called temp and math max a comma b. So here we are comparing a and b and putting the max number in temp. So now let us again compare math max, temp and c. So already temp has the biggest number of a and b, so we have to compare this one with the third number. So big is math max, temp and c. So temp is already biggest of first 2, so we are comparing with c. If c is bigger, it will get into big. If c is not bigger, temp will go into big. So we can print the biggest number. Next window, right line, big. So finally big has the biggest number, right? So we are printing the biggest number. Let us execute it. So I'm giving, let me give 3, 4, 5. So it says 5 is the biggest number. So let us take first number as big, 6, 5, 4. So 6. Let us put center number as big, 3, 5, 4. So 5. So it is taken correctly. So we can even simplify this one using nested functions, nested methods. So I'm using, instead of this one, so any one we can remove it. So suppose I'm removing it. So instead of temp here, so again I am using math max of a comma b. So here this returns biggest of first 2 numbers, and that number we are comparing with the third number. So it gives either c or biggest of a and b. So whichever is bigger. So if a is bigger than b, for example, this returns a, then we are comparing this a with c. If a is greater than c also, then it returns finally c. So this way, within one sentence with the nested mathematical functions, we can find the biggest number. So I'm executing it. Let me say 3, 5 and 4. So 5 is the biggest number. So this one, instead of using this, I can also write here. I'm just deleting here. Instead of big, I'm putting it here. So one more line we can reduce. We are reading 3 numbers and we are comparing first 2 numbers and taking the biggest of first 2, then comparing that number with the third number using the same function. So we are writing the biggest of 3 numbers and printing it directly. So let us execute it. So 5, 4, 3. So 5 is the biggest number. So instead of this, you can try with if condition, either with nested if condition or without simple enough if condition. You can try to find which is the biggest of 3 numbers. So let us move on to the next session.